Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast in 2026. Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be entering this new year with you, singer, performer, creative, and since you're here listening to this, friend, we are here together. We are performers doing this together. And that means so much. I'm going to talk about today how we're going to make this our most creative year so far in our lives, right? How are we going to make this year so full of creativity, of beauty, of art, of making and sharing and creating and growing and becoming these lovely, incredible, beautiful performers, performing artists, right? Performing artists, as in we are creatives. We are creating lives that are full of art and creativity. How are we going to do that this year? How can we do that as we start this incredible new year that we are on, this journey that we are on? I don't know about you, but 2025 was challenging. It was not easy at all. Personally, in my personal life, there have been so many things that literally you would never like think that I have gone through. And I'm sure you can say the same for yourself, right? Like we've gone through so much and we're entering this new year. And the thing about the creative path that we're on as singers and performers is that it's so moldable. Like it's a journey. So it's not one thing forever and ever. It can be molded, it can be crafted. We can grow it, we can make it more beautiful. We can alchemize it into different things if we are intentional and we are purposeful. And I want to help you become so purposeful and intentional that you are going to make this year your most creative year so far. And the way that you're going to do that, I'm going to share with you the steps. But if you listen to my last episode, it kind of goes along with that. That last episode is all about becoming a confident performer. And these steps are really, really beautifully aligned with that process of knowing your voice, practicing your voice, expressing your voice, and then improving through getting feedback. And so this episode, today's process of like what you're going to focus on to really intentionally build out your most creative year, it aligns with that because it's all about the process. It's not about doing one thing one time. It's all about returning to this thing, returning to that thing, and continuing to grow by being in process and knowing that you're in process as a performer, as an artist. It's also related to that because, as you're becoming confident as a performer, you can also be living your most creative life, having your most creative year because you're constantly crafting this journey, this goal, this dream that you have, this passion that you have for singing and performing, and whatever goal that you have in that area of your life, you're consistently crafting it over time. And in the last episode, all about building confidence as a performer, I really, really emphasized consistency over time and being committed. It is the same thing with becoming more creative as a person and like living your creative life out loud, as corny as that sounds to say, but like living it out loud, like living out that like I have a creative life. And that's the life that I want for myself. That's why I created this podcast years ago when I was in medical school before I left and decided to go to music school instead and become a voice teacher and a performing artist. But like when I started it, I just wanted a creative life. I wanted a life that still was infused with creativity. And then it became this thing where now I really talk about like growing as a singer, becoming confident as a singer and a performing artist. But also the other half of the podcast is not, it's not just sing confidently, it's also live creatively. And the purpose behind that is that we want to have creative lives. Like I want the people that are listening to this podcast, like you listening to this podcast, I want it to be someone who knows that they want a rich, full life of creativity, a life that is full of the arts and creativity. And so that's the life that I want. That's why I created this podcast. That's why I created my online voice studio. It's called Creatively Performing Arts because we don't want to just become performing artists. We want to become individuals who are fully creative, who are using and expressing our creativity through different ways, through singing, through performing, through whatever your craft is that you're focusing on. And so the way that we are going to do that in this new year, the way we're going to have our most creative year is number one, I'm going to go through four things that we're going to really focus on. And I'm going to share what I'm doing in one aspect, like one way that I'm doing this. So you can kind of apply this to multiple different areas of your life where you want to become more creative, where you want to see just like more creativity, more light, more joy, more sparkle, more of that like sparkle of like, I'm being creative, I'm making new things, I'm being artistic. Um, and like you can kind of apply this in different areas of your life. I'm going to share this specifically when it comes to performing for myself, like putting myself out there, like performing, gigging, like doing gigs. I really want to do more of that this year. And I am going to kind of share with you ways that I'm doing that. Or I'm going to kind of share with you how I'm intertwining this process of building my most creative year with this specific goal that I have to be performing more, right? Which is like not that original. Obviously, I'm a performer, so of course I want to perform more, but I really wanted to be intentional about that this year in a new way because I've been really focused on developing as a voice teacher and finishing my master's program, which I'm almost done with. And so but as I'm wrapping up my master's this May, I really want to just like be in this process of performing more. And I know that that is where I'm going to feel, that's a way that I'm going to feel so creative, is as I'm putting myself out there as a performer, not only a voice teacher and not only crafting, podcast episodes and doing all these other creative things, but specifically when it comes to performing. Um, and not only auditioning too, because that's another creative craft, I think, is like auditioning and being in shows, right? Doing theater, which is wonderful. And I'm still going to do that. But this is kind of like another aspect of my creativity, is like creating opportunities for myself to share stories, to sing, to entertain, um when it's just kind of like me and a band, or me and a pianist, and like not like in an actual theatrical performance or audition or anything like that, or posting online. Like this is actually like me really getting out there in front of people. And so for you, what is an area of your life where you want to be creating opportunities, where you really want to be creative, where you really want to, maybe you want to be choreographing, maybe you want to be learning to play piano, like whatever it is that you want to do, like you might have a specific area where you can apply these steps, or just in general, you just want to make your life full of more creativity. This is still going to work. Okay, so these are the four steps. Number one, if you have a notebook, right, go ahead and make your notes, or type them out on your phone. Number one, you're going to decide. You are going to decide what is your number one goal. Write it down. And this is a statement that you're going to write. I am going to be creative this year in blank way, or I'm going to be creative this year by doing blank. And this is kind of like your goal. And it can be a big goal. I don't think it has to be like a super specific thing of like, I'm going to be creative this year by performing at this open mic night every week with my original songs. Like that's a very specific goal. That's amazing, but I think it can be broader, of like, I'm going to be creative this year by having more fun creative hobbies where I get to use my hands, like, or whatever. That could mean crocheting, that could be knitting, that could mean drawing, and like picking up a creative hobby, right? Whatever it is, but like just write down or make that statement out loud to yourself. I'm going to be more creative this year. I'm going to be creative this year by doing blank, or in blank way. So for me, I would say, with my specific situation that I'm using as like an example, I'm going to be creative this year by finding opportunities to perform in front of people, right? That's one way that for me it's going to feel really creative, because I'm getting to create spaces and experiences for people, that I'm entertaining them. I'm getting to kind of create set lists. I'm going to create stories to myself behind these songs that I'm singing. I'm going to, whatever. Maybe I'm going to write more songs, which I would love to do. Right. So that is something that I'm going to be, that's a way that I want to be really, really more creative this year. For you, it can be like, I really want to pick up a new instrument. I want to write songs. I want to, I'm going to be creative this year by dancing more. And I've talked to you guys about how I'm developing, I'm focusing on my acting technique as well, really specifically. So that's kind of like, I can also apply it to that. Okay, so you got to decide. You got to decide that you're going to be so creative this year in this way. Number two, Now you're going to describe your why. What is your why? Why did you make that decision? Why do you have X goal? Why do I want to be performing on stages more this year? For me personally, it's because I want to not only be helping other artists and serving other artists, but I want to make sure that I'm being an artist myself. And I want to make sure that I'm really intentionally sharing my gifts as well, which I have been doing, but this is in a new way. This is in a different way. And that why is very deep for me. I really, really want to be sharing my performing gifts with others and really be entertaining and be encouraging and inspiring through my voice. And I know that that is going to help me become a better teacher as well. And so like that for me is a very deep why that's going to keep me going. And so for you, you kind of have to decide why do you have that goal, and that's going to help you keep going when you want to give up. So why do you want to start playing a new instrument? Oh, because I really want to um level up my music theory, or I really want to be able to accompany myself when I sing my own songs or whatever. That's a great why to have. That'll keep you going when you want to give up, because you will, as I always say. Okay. Okay, the third thing that you're going to do is, now that you've made your decision and you know why you made that decision, you are going to start to take small action steps. So for me, that looked like reaching out to a friend who I know is a great pianist and who also wants to be doing gigs. I reached out to him and like we've been connecting about like how we're going to do gigs together. I also took small steps of like emailing somewhere that I've taught classes before that they like want, also they want live performances and stuff. So I emailed with the lady over there too, and that's a way that I'm now going to be able to hopefully have opportunities to start to perform like right away as soon as this new year starts, right? So small action steps. I haven't actually done the performance yet, but I've been getting that outreach going. I've started to reach out. I've started to ask questions. I've started to do those things. So what are some action steps that you can take? I'll apply this to my focus on acting, developing my acting technique, right? So I made the decision that I want to focus on developing my acting technique, specifically in the onstage acting craft. And so, and I know my why behind that. I really want to become an exceptional actor, and I want to make sure that I'm able to tell stories as an actor in a really deep and true, authentic way, um, so that I can reach my goals of being on Broadway one day and like being a full time performer in on another level, right? And then I have taken small action steps by I went ahead and registered for an acting class for this new year, right? It was a big step actually, but there were some small action steps that led up to that. I had to research the different acting classes. I messaged back and forth with someone, with like the owner of one of the studio that I ended up working with. I took like another workshop with another place as like another option. So like I took little action steps before I took the bigger action step of actually signing up for the acting class. But the point is, you got to take action, right? Once you've made the decision and you know what your why is, now you're going to take small action steps. What can those action steps be for you? Think of one thing you can do today. It's the first day of the year. What can you do today to move yourself closer to that decision that you have made? It's not, I don't even want to use the word goal. It's a decision, which means you have already decided it's happening, right? So now you have to take action steps to actually serve that decision that you already made. And so if the action step is, um, okay, you said that you decided that you're going to start, pick up a new instrument, you're going to learn a new instrument. Okay, maybe that action step is you're going to look up piano teachers near you, or guitar teachers near you, or you're going to look up a video today on how to play guitar, or maybe you need to purchase the guitar, right? Or find it on Facebook Marketplace, find it on Amazon, right? So whatever that first little action step you can take, go ahead and do that today. Do it today. Do it today. Do it when? Do it today. Don't wait. Okay. The fourth and final thing is that you are going to get your community. This is something that I'm really, really focusing on in the new year, is making sure that I'm being more connected and building community in my personal life and my personal relationship, but also professionally. So really leaning on other people in my industry, really connecting with other people in my industry. So for me, that getting community when it comes to my creative goal of performing more, doing more gigs, that looked like me reaching out to the pianist that I mentioned earlier. that is a community member now for me. That's someone who now knows this goal that I have. His goal also, like, that person's goal also aligns with my goal. So like our goals are aligning, right? And now I've let other people know about it. I've let you guys know about it, right? So I'm letting in my community. I'm letting my community know about this goal. When it comes to the acting aspect that I mentioned, one way that I'm getting community around that is that I went ahead and joined a membership for like a community of other actors, right? So that way they know that I am also working towards this goal of developing my technique. And so now I'm not on my own. I'm actually connected with other actors. So for you, connect with the community, get into community, get around. If your goal is to develop as a singer, right? This year, if that's your creative goal, is you want to become a confident performer and singer, hello, I have a free community for you that you can join. You can join my email list. You can go to the free community at creativelybyestelle.com/community. You can also work with the coach. You can work with the teacher who can be that community for you, who can be that supporter for you. And my spring registration is open for 2026 for you to get not only one-on-one voice or like one single voice lesson at a time, but also weekly and bi-weekly voice lessons. So that way you have that consistency over time where you are not just taking one lesson and then being done, but you have someone who's working with you consistently. You have community now. You have me as your coach helping you over time, over 8 weeks if you're doing bi-weekly lessons, 8 lessons, or if you're doing weekly lessons, 16 lessons that you have consistently scheduled throughout the spring semester from January to May, where you are going to take those lessons. It might not be perfectly weekly. It could be, a week and a half. It's okay. I'm flexible. We'll work it out, but you'll be able to have someone in your corner on a consistent basis. That is you building community. That is you building community. And that means that you are not alone in this journey. But when you're surrounding yourself with other people who are coaching you, who are supporting you, encouraging you, who are doing the thing that you want to do, and who are doing the thing that you are working towards doing as a creative, that's going to fuel your creativity. You are not alone. You are going to be inspired every week by listening to other people who are also doing the thing that you want to do, by connecting with other people who are also doing the thing that you want to do as an artist. And that community support is going to be so impactful for you to help you feel like you are not just doing this on your own, but you are truly surrounded by other creatives. And that's just going to inspire you every single day this week, every single day this week, every single day this year, and every single week this year. You're going to feel so inspired if you are surrounding yourself with the creative community, a coach, a support community, in person, online. Connect with other actors, connect with other singers, connect with other dancers, go to class, get a coach, work with people who are going to support you. This is something I'm so focused on in 2026 for myself, and also focus on creating for my studio. So like, even if you are doing one-on-one lessons with me, I'm really focusing this year on making sure that you're also in my community group, making sure that you're also on my email list, finding ways. I'm going to be doing a lot more like classes and workshops this year to make sure that there are ways for you guys to connect with each other, for listeners of the podcast to connect with each other. So yeah, I'm just so, so excited for us to create community this year in 2026. That way we are not doing this on our own. We will have such a creative year because we're going to be supporting each other, feeding each other, cheering each other on, sharing resources that we would not have otherwise if we did not have another artist, another singer, creative alongside us, helping us and supporting us. So there's so much that we can do when we are bound, not bound. That's a little scary. But when we are bonded, that's the word. We're bonded together. We're connected over this thing that we love, which is being artists, which is creating and performing. And so I'm just so excited about us doing that together in 2026. Go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio, scroll down, look at the options for your lessons in the new year, and see if you would like to work with me. And we can do this together. I can help you build that creative community by being your coach and connecting you with other artists as well. I would love, love, love to work with you and support you in this journey so that we can have our most creative year as artists, as singers, and as performers. I'm so excited to do this with you. creativelybyestelle.com/studio to check out those lessons, creativelybyestelle.com/community to check out my free community group. And I'm so excited to work with you, to connect with you, to sing with you all 2026. It's going to be amazing. This is going to be our most creative year. Here are those steps for you again. Number one, decide what you're going to be doing creatively this year. Number two, why did you make that decision? Why do you have that goal? Number three, take small action steps. And number four, you're going to get your community of creatives in check, starting with your coach. Okay. That is what we're doing in 2026 to have the most creative year. And that's on period. I'm so excited to do that with you. I'm just so grateful to you. I'm so grateful that we get to start this year together. I'm so grateful to you for listening. I'm so grateful to you for being here. This is our time. Let's do this together. I'm so, so excited. I've said that 50,000 times, but I genuinely mean it. So yes, I can't wait to chat with you again on my next episode on Monday. Make sure that you are subscribed so that way you don't miss out. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.